It's a Wednesday. We got curls, we got scoop, we got hugs. Come on. Today was quite a busy day, but I got to start off. Happy birthday to one of the greatest singers ever, the legendary Jeffrey Osborne, who just doesn't get his due. He is celebrating a birthday today, and it was 25 years ago that we lost one of the greatest rappers ever. When I think of my top five, Biggie is right there. The notorious B.I.G. was murdered on this date 25 years ago. We've got a lot to get to, and we're going to start with director Ryan Coogler. We all know him from Black Panther fame, Fruitvale Station. He's directing Black Panther 2 in Atlanta right now. An incident in January is just coming to light. Director Ryan Coogler was briefly detained by Atlanta police because they thought he was a bank robber. This was the scenario. You know, back in January, everybody was still wearing a mask. He walks into the bank. He has a mask on. He has sunglasses. He goes to the teller requesting $12,000. He asked her, could she do it in private, because he didn't want people knowing that he was getting this amount of money out. And he wrote it on the back of the slip. Well, the bank teller thought it was a robbery. She called the cops. Cops came. They detained him. They handcuffed him. They saw he had two friends outside. They made those two guys get out of the car. They said, he's Director Ryan Coogler. We're not robbing a bank. The bank was Bank of America. The teller was a pregnant black woman. Big misunderstanding, but the fact that Ryan Coogler could get detained. In a statement, Ryan Coogler said the incident should have never happened. The Bank of America worked with him. They addressed the issue and they have moved on. You think today is March, this happened in January, but it just goes to show you what happens when people just assume. Even a Ryan Coogler can get arrested. Brittney Griner, the WNBA basketball star who's being detained in Russia. For those who say, but why was she over there? Because she was making $1.5 million, 6 times more than she made in the WNBA. She was playing for a Russia team. She got detained for a vapor and oils and just things you just shouldn't have in your bag, especially if you're not traveling in the United States. But the man who owns this Russian team is a close associate of Vladimir Putin. So it's going to be interesting to see. She faces 10 years in jail, and I know there's going to have to be intense negotiations to get her out of this situation. She was already in jail for 3 weeks, and no one even knew. But there's been a lot of questions, why. Look, if you're going out of this country, don't be taking nothing. Don't leave. Y'all should leave stuff at home. Don't take it out, because you just never want to be detained. I don't care where you go. You traveling outside in the United States, don't even take a chance. Singer Kelly Clarkson. She is paying through the nose. The divorce, the settlement is over. But what Kelly Clarkson had to give up? She has to give her ex-husband immediately $1.3 million. Then she's got to pay him $45,000 a month in child support. But Kelly has custody of those 2 kids. Kelly, what kind of lawyer did you have? Now, she must have wanted this to be over with, because this is a lot of money to give to a man who does not have custody of those kids. And they're saying, because he had been cheating on her from day one, that he just married her for the bag. It was an opportunity. And what an opportunity this man has been given, taking Kelly Clarkson's money. It happens so often to female performers, singers. They just get taken in, and this is an insane amount for someone who don't have custody of those kids, $45,000 a month. The Tony Awards coming to CBS June the 12th, so it's going to be back live and in person. If you're a friend of Power Book 4, Tommy's Story, It's been re-signed for a new season. This Sunday, it's the 27th annual Critics' Choice Awards that's going to be airing on TBS and the CW. Nicole Byers, she's got the Netflix show about the baking. Tay Diggs, who is finding new life as a TikTok star, they're going to be hosting this Sunday. For those who are like, another award show? Yes, it was supposed to happen in January, but they moved the date. But another award show indeed. Former football player Deion Sanders, he's the coach for the Jackson State football team. He was a huge star on the Dallas Cowboys. He has a YouTube series called Coach Prime, and he's been having problems with his foot. He's had 8 surgeries, and in the last surgery, they had to remove 2 of his toes. Well, they show it, and my newsy behind went right over there to look at it. But he lays it all out. Coach Prime. It's one of those YouTube series. Singer Tevin Campbell is opening up about his sexuality. He says he is a proud member of the LGBTQ community. In a forum, they were asking him questions. Someone asked him, and he said yes. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, we already knew that, but he never admitted. And I think sometimes, because I'm going to talk about another star who's like coming out of the closet, you don't want to be just known for your sexuality. And I think that's why a lot of people are hesitant, because you don't want to be treated differently. You just want to be accepted for who you are. And if that just overshadows everything that you do, every accomplishment that you have, I think a lot of people don't want that. And I think that's why Tevin Campbell has never addressed it. Someone else who is addressing their sexuality is actor Jonathan Bailey. We're gearing up for Bridgerton. He plays Lord Anthony Bridgerton, and everything is going to settle on him. New season of Bridgerton starts on March 25th. He gave a very good interview to GQ magazine about his life, why he decided to do it now. He didn't do it before. No one knew that Bridgerton was going to come this thing and so big, and this season it's all on him, his love life, and he plays that charming ladies' man. But the actor Jonathan Bailey decided to come forward and talk about his life. But the new season of Bridgerton, March 25th on Netflix, and they're saying that it's all about the gaze. You're saying, what do you mean by the gaze? How he looks in her eyes, or how she looks in his eyes. They're saying that this season of Bridgerton is going to be quite steamy. Travis Scott, he is working. We know what happened with Astroworld. Well, now he is working to make sure that things like this don't happen at other outdoor events. He made a $10 million donation to Project Heal. These events are tricky. Because think about it. If you're high, and a lot of people are getting high, you're not going to realize that there's danger around you. There is such crowding, and people are dancing and surfing, and it's just too much. Now there are victims of that Astroworld tragedy that are slamming Travis Scott, but he is trying. Yes, he's got to rehabilitate his career and get behind this, but there are measures that should be taken in place with large outdoor events. And I'm just going to say this as a parent. If your kid is too young to even understand what's going on, or it's just not a really safe environment, then don't take your kids and make them susceptible. I get so nervous at just large crowds and looming in. It's a dangerous thing, and I think you got to watch where you're going. Prayers are going out to singer Jasmine Sullivan. She's been battling COVID-19, and she's had to cancel dates, and she was trending. I love this woman. And just be patient. She's taken a little longer to recover. I know people hate when shows are canceled and they got to be rescheduled. But if she's sick, keep her in prayer so that she can get better and give you a performance, because Jasmine Sullivan gives the best show. We had a radio station event where I work at WDAS, and she was amazing, and she was something else. Definitely keep her in prayer. I think that's it, because there was a lot of stuff happening in sports that I had to talk about on the other platforms, like Carson Wentz is no longer with the Indianapolis Colts. They got rid of him. They traded him to Washington yesterday. Russell Wilson, he is now a Denver Bronco. I knew that relationship with Seattle had to go. I said, somebody got to go. It's either the coach, Pete Carroll, or Russell Wilson. And Russell, he's out of Seattle. And here at home, in Philly, our team is the 76ers. Tomorrow night, they are taking on the Brooklyn Nets. They're going to be in the building at the Wells Fargo Center. And Ben Simmons, who is now with the Nets, is going to be there, they're saying. Well, he's filing a grievance against the Sixers. Now, he ain't playing. He's still sitting on the bench. But he sat out for so long, and for every day he sat out, he lost $360,000, which totals up, for all the time he was gone, $19 million. He want that money back. Who paying you for not playing? Who sits out and be like, well, I still want my money. I ain't playing. My back hurts. I don't like what they said about me in last year's playoffs. I don't like this. I don't like that. So I ain't playing. My new saying is, gas is too high for this nonsense. I don't even want to hear no nonsense with the rising cost of gas and, getting here and there. You just don't want to hear the nonsense. But that's a big sports story that's happening here. And it's going to be interesting what's happening at the Wells Fargo Center. Whew, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I was just like so excited. Like, but we got it all in. It's not cute not knowing. Hell, I needed that hug at the beginning of of the taping. Leave a comment. Auntie reads the comments. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. It's not cute not knowing, and now you know. I'm Patty Jackson. It's curls, it's scoop, it's giggles, my silliness. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.